How did this stay alive? I had to find out.
The Genkan line is where Americans most often misread Japan's clean zone, and today I will show you exactly why that line matters, what goes wrong when you cross it wrong, and the simple rule that keeps you from making a bad entrance. If you want every video here to give you one clear, practical Japan rule you can actually use, this is the channel promise to remember. The Genkan is not just a front door. It is the first boundary in the home. In many Japanese homes, the floor by the door sits lower, and the step-up is the point where the outside world ends. Shoes stay in the lower entry area. Bare feet, socks, or indoor slippers belong past the line. That sounds small, but it changes the meaning of the whole space. In an American home, a shoe on the floor is often just a shoe. In a Japanese home, that same shoe can be treated as dirt brought into the clean zone. And that is the part many Americans miss. The line is not about being fancy. It is about keeping a clear separation between outside and inside. Why the line feels strict? The rule is easy to understand if you think about what shoes carry. Dust, street grime, rainwater, mud, and whatever was on the sidewalk all stay on the outside side of the threshold. The Genkan is the pause point where you stop, turn, and remove them before stepping up. That is why stepping past it with shoes on can feel worse than just a mistake. To the person who lives there, it can feel like you ignored the whole system of the house. And here is the practical point. In Japan, the floor is often treated more like a clean surface you live on, not just a surface you walk over. People may sit on it, place cushions on it, or move around in ways that make outside dirt much more noticeable. The rule gets even clearer in shared spaces. You see the same idea in schools, guest spaces, and some traditional rooms. There is often a change in footwear or a change in where you are allowed to step. The message is consistent. Outside shoes stop here. That is why Japanese households often keep indoor slippers ready. The house is not asking you to go barefoot for style. It is creating a system that keeps the interior separate from the street. But there is one detail Americans often miss when they learn this too casually. Not every indoor area uses the same shoes. A toilet area may have its own slippers. A tatami room may require you to remove even the indoor slippers. So the rule is not simply shoes off once and done. It is follow the boundary of each space. What Americans should do instead. If you are invited into a Japanese home, the safest move is simple. Stop at the Genkan. Turn so your shoes come off before the step up. Put them neatly with the toes facing the exit, if that is how they are arranged. Step up in socks or stocking feet. Then use the indoor footwear offered to you, if any. Do not walk in trying to, just take one quick step. That one step is the whole problem. And do not assume a clean-looking shoe is acceptable because it does not seem dirty. The issue is not only visible dirt. It is the outside indoor boundary itself. Why this matters beyond manners. This rule tells you something bigger about Japanese daily life. A lot of things are built around visible order, clear zones, and small habits that protect the shared space. That is why a tiny entrance step can teach you more than a long cultural explanation. The Genkan is not decoration. It is a working idea. It tells you where the day stops and the home begins. And once you see that, a lot of other Japan details start making sense faster. Indoor slippers, toilet slippers, tatami rules, and why someone may gently correct you before you even notice you made a mistake. If this kind of practical Japan explanation helps you, subscribe, because every video here is meant to give you one clear rule, one real-life example, and one thing you would actually do differently the next time. The simple version is this. In Japan, the Genkan is not a suggestion. It is the line where outside ends and inside begins. And the next question is the one most Americans never think to ask. Why do Japanese homes sometimes have toilet slippers, and why is that boundary taken so seriously?